Okay, a farmer owns land beside a straight river. So what we're thinking here is, here's the riverbank, and he's got 120 metres of fencing for his sheep. So he can either build a really long, narrow field for his sheep. How do you draw a sheep? It's furry with a little face. Or he can build a long, tall, skinny, rectangular thing for his sheep to feed in. Or he can have one that gives the most grass. That's what we're looking for, the most grass. So here we've got a length and a width, and we are maximising area, and area is length times width. Clearly, with maximising problems, we are going to differentiate and set the derivative equal to 0. But I can't differentiate because I've got two variables there. We do know that he has 120 metres of fencing. So there are going to be, that's got to be fence, that's got to be fence, and that's got to be fence. So L plus 2W must be 120. So L must be. So L must be that one. We don't want to differentiate that, so let's go minus 2W squared. There we go. Now we're going to differentiate it. It's a little bit, that shouldn't be there, that should be there. Minus 4W. I don't really know why that went so big like that. That's a 4. So W equals 30. So in such an easy situation, if we know that's 30 and that's 30, then that must be 60 for his sheep. Let's get our head around what some of these things mean. Let's think about A. Let's graph. A stands for area and W stands for width, and I'm graphing an unhappy or a negative parabola. So remember, if the width was really small, I had this long skinny paddock with no area. If the width was really big, then again I had a really small area. And as the width changes, and I wanted to find this W where the maximum area happened. So when I'm graphing A and W, I want to find the slope of that function, which is why we differentiate. I'm wanting to find where the slope is 0. That's why I set the derivative equal to 0. And that W there is the W that makes my graph or my area the biggest. So even though that's quite a simple question, we start with the river and we end with W is 30. We've got to piece together what this means and why we're doing it. The question, also read the question. Determine the dimensions. So I haven't answered the question. Well, I guess I have here. I should really down here go, width is 30, length is 60. What if the question said, what is the largest area? Well, I guess it's 30 times 60. Or we're going to get to this 30 and put my 30 back into something that says A equals, because that's A equals in terms of my W of 30. Oh my gosh, that's messy. But anyway, that's what you get in the big city. So please make sure you read the question.